In today's video, we will be playing MLB the Show 22 and finding out if you can get cut from the team that drafts you on Road to the Show. We'll be doing this by creating the worst baseball player to ever step foot on the field, and for this, we have Scotty Smalls. If you haven't seen The Sandlot, then what are you doing? Like, seriously, go watch it right now. But for those of you that have, you know exactly what we have in store for us today. I let the game pick the team for me, and of course, the Oakland Athletics make a terrible draft choice and they end up picking me. In Smalls' first game, he gets put in to get the save, but he throws the game and 21 consecutive balls for the first loss of his soon-to-be doomed career. In his second game, he gets a nod on the bump at home, which I quickly turned into an absolute catastrophe. Scotty worked on perfecting the art of the concussion this game and hit so many batters in the head that they had to bring the single-A team out to finish the rest of the game. 4 hours on the field, 316 pitches, and 100 earned runs later, Scotty got his team the final out of the inning, finishing off a stellar outing in his second appearance. This performance brought him up to a 927 ERA, which I saw no issue with at all. The coach wanted Smalls to get some extra work in, which I personally found offensive, so I ignored him and continued with this historic career. Now, Smalls gets his opportunity in the batter's box, hitting 7-hole this game, which as expected is a complete train wreck. One beautiful stat line later, and coach has Smalls back on the bump to try and redeem the last 2 outings. Scotty wanted to blow his last outing out of the water, so he spent the next 3 hours peppering every batter's back with fastballs. Every one of these batters in the morning are going to look like Michael Phelps after one of his cupping sessions. Coach didn't want to pull Smalls halfway through the breakdown, so he tried to desert, which isn't an allowed feature in this game. 415 pitches and 247 earned runs later, Smalls finally gets the final out of the inning, which literally has him and all of his teammates jumping for joy. We don't want his attributes to increase, so for training, I just do nothing and let the clock run all the way out, which becomes very apparent with his play on the field. Smalls blew a few more saves in front of the home crowd, struck out many more times, and did everything in his power to make sure his team kept losing baseball games. 5 games into our season, we're putting together some impeccable numbers. Our ERA is so astronomically high that it just registers as INF now. We have a 44.5 whip with 358 earned runs so far on the season. Smalls' hitting ability has also majorly improved now, taking swings on pitches that hit him in the kneecaps and creating some remarkable highlight reels. Scotty continued his version of domination and even gave up his first grand slam of the year. Defensively, he takes the best angles in the league and makes precision plays on the run. On the other side of the ball, he worked on making his bat speed so quick that he can finish his swing before the ball even gets to him. Smalls is simply becoming baseball perfection. Our coach really tried to give Smalls every available chance, putting him in close games, which we blow, and giving him low pressure opportunities like this one, that we also blow. All the way across the board, Smalls was starting to become the worst baseball player ever to step foot on a field. We don't make any games in the gym either, as squatting is evidently not his strong suit, and when he tries his hand at benching, his teammates hate his guts so much that they watch from the side hoping that the bar falls on top of him. At this point, I was pretty blown away that nothing had happened or there were no cutscenes telling me that I needed to do anything better. I was striking out every single at-bat, had an ERA that was off the charts, and was single-handedly responsible for more than half of my team's losses on the season. But despite all of this, Smalls got one accidental strikeout, and I guess that was enough proof for them to invite him to the Futures game. I was absolutely astonished when I saw that he made the Futures game, and at this point, I was really starting to wonder if it would be possible to get cut from your team at all. Luckily, the Futures manager is much better than mine, so when Smalls domed his first few batters, he got pulled immediately. Smalls continued to play stellar baseball for the rest of the season and put up some record numbers. He blew leads that fans didn't even think would be possible, and he botched every single save opportunity that arose to him. At one point, we became a walking safety hazard because of the amount of concussions we were dishing out at such an alarming rate. Because Smalls is an all-star now, he uses the team practices to just relax, and the next game, he took the best swing I've ever seen from a professional baseball player. Teeth gritted and taking an absolute daddy hack, he practically shattered his jaw in the process of this swing. The setback continued, and he got rocked again and then K'd up while looking like a complete doofus. Smalls finished out the rest of the season repeating this process in every game, and he ended the season with truly a remarkable stat line. The team finished 9-60, which I can say with complete confidence about 45 of those losses are because of us. Let's go take a look at these final stats for the first season of Scotty Smalls' career. Our hitting stats for the year are we went 0 for 113 with 113 strikeouts. Defensively, we posted a .404 fielding percentage with 59 errors on the year and proudly had a negative 6.3 WAR. On the pitching side, this is where it gets really fun. We went 0 for 43 through 15.2 innings pitched, The walks and hit by pitches reset after 1,000, so I actually have 1,129 walks on the year, an ERA that's so high it can't be registered, 36 blown saves, 1,739 earned runs, and 1,188 walks. Of course, after the stats that we put up last year, when we started to discuss a contract for Smalls next year, we wanted to make sure that he was getting what he's worth. For some reason, the frugal Athletics were not too keen on paying a player $525 million who gave up nearly 2,000 earned runs last year. So I tried to do a little bit of bargaining with them, but they were pretty set on this deal, and we ended up signing 3 years for $96,000. So after putting up what is the worst start to a career in the history of baseball, we ended up getting extended for quite a few years, and there are absolutely no signs of them taking us off the roster anytime soon. In opening day 2023, Smalls decided he was going to show Oakland executives exactly what they just signed to their farm system for the next few years. A slight 119 earned runs and a strained pectoral later, Smalls is on pace to surpass the record-breaking year he had in 2022. If you guys would like for me to continue the career of Scotty Smalls to see if it's possible later on to get dropped from your team, please drop a comment down below and make sure to subscribe to my channel for more content like this. Until next time, peace.